Today in Bible videos, we're going to learn about the story of Elisha and the three kings. Do you want to know more about them? So let's get started. Elisha went towards Carmel and then to Samaria. By now, his reputation had grown. Word got around that God worked miracles through him. Many people respected him, and some even feared him, and even the local kings considered him to be very important. In fact, it wasn't long before the kings needed Elisha's help. The problem was a war they wanted to fight. King Jehoram was the king of the northern kingdom of Israel who worshipped false gods. He had persuaded King Jehoshaphat of the southern kingdom of Israel and the king of Edom to join him and march to fight against their enemy, the Moabites. The three armies started out, but after a while they realized they had not brought enough water with them. King Jehoram started to moan and grumble. "We've come all this way, and by the time we get to the battle, we'll be too weak to fight," he said. "The Moabites will destroy us." But King Jehoshaphat brightened him up, saying, "Hey, cheer up! There might be a prophet of the Lord around here. He'll tell us what to do." Meanwhile, one of King Jehoram's servants butted in. "Excuse me, Your Highness," he said. "Just down there is the prophet Elisha. He's the one who took over the prophet Elijah." "Great," said the king. "The Lord speaks through him. Let's go and visit the fellow." So the three kings went off down the hill to visit Elisha. Quite a distinguished crowd to show up at the door, you might say. And how do you think Elisha welcomed them? Well, actually, he didn't. In fact, Elisha wasn't too happy about this bunch of royals showing up at his door. "What do you want here, King Jehoram?" said Elisha. "Get back to your idols and talk to your false prophets. Don't waste your time coming here." Hearing that, the three kings were taken aback and were surprised, because most people bowed and showed great respect for them. Jehoram tried to be a bit more humble. "If you don't help us," he said, "our three armies will be trampled to death by our enemies, the Moabites. You wouldn't want that, would you?" And Elisha listened and tried to calm down a bit. "Get me someone to play some music," he said. So a musician turned up with a harp and started into a tune. Elisha listened to the music for a while and calmed down. Now he could think without feeling annoyed with these three wicked kings cluttering up his doorway. So Elisha looked at them and said, "The Lord says, dig ditches all over the valley, because soon there will be water all over this valley. And the Lord says that you will slaughter the Moabites, and when you do that, the Lord wants you to bung up their wells and throw rocks all over their paddocks." So the three kings went back to their armies and told them what to do. "Fee you," muttered the soldiers, "that means a lot of hard work." But the soldiers obeyed orders and started digging ditches. It was a strange way to fight a war. The ditches were finally dug, and the armies had a good night's sleep. While they snored, something came creeping slowly through the valley. It was water. It poured across the land and filled the valley from one side to the other, following the ditches and overflowing everywhere. And in the morning, the sky was deep, beautiful, and rosy red. When the Moabite soldiers woke up and went out of their tents, they saw a dreadful sight. The valley looked as if it is filled with blood. And when the three kings and their armies looked across the valley, it looks like the Moabites had done an awful lot of bleeding. "Charge!" shouted the three kings. The Moabites were confused and amazed. They were so befuddled, they forgot how to fight properly. So when the three kings with their armies arrived, they fell like ripe fruit. Soon, the Moabite army was completely wiped out. The king of Moabite thought that perhaps his idol was angry with him, so he rushed home and very foolishly offered his eldest son as a sacrifice to this idol. Well, of course, this did no good at all because there is only one true living God. So the king lost the battle, and his territory, and his army, and his son as well. And it was thanks to the Lord that the battle was won. But do you think the kings learned this and changed their ways? No, not one scrap. They carried on as if nothing had happened, and Elisha went on with his life as if they had never visited him. Now, if you want to know what happened after that, you should read it for yourself in the Bible. The end. And I hope you had fun learning the story of Elisha and the three kings. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Bible videos. Bye.